All right, this is something I am super excited to check out for you guys. Today I have with me the FancyCase Series from Tomtoc. This version seems to be the Zelda themed case. It's not officially licensed, but it has eerily similar representation of Zelda within its design. And I also have a couple different colors to check out here with me, and I also have a bunch of other cases to compare this Tomtoc FancyCase Series with. So I'm kind of here to show off and showcase this new Tomtoc Zelda themed case, as well as compare it to other comparable cases in the market. So let's go ahead and check them all out. All right, so here is the Zelda-themed Tomtoc case. This is really what they're trying to showcase and what they're really trying to push here. I mean, this design is absolutely gorgeous. It has this yellow border all around. Actually, it's more gold color. Hopefully, it translates on camera well enough, but it has this yellowish gold color kind of all around the design. Also features this lovely Tears of the Kingdom looking green color. And if you guys can really get up close and personal, you can really see the design that is put into this case. There's a bunch of swirls all around the case. It has a nice texture too. You can maybe see it in the right angle. It's got this here, I'll scratch in the microphone. It's got this very gritty feeling texture, which is actually it's a very good feeling. It adds lots of grip, so there's no fear, because it is a slim case after all, so it's adding this nice texture all around the case to make sure that if you are holding it somewhat like this, you're not going to be able to drop it as easily as if it was some sort of slippery texture. And as always with Tomtoc cases, they do feature YKK zippers, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. All I know is that those are very high quality zippers in terms of the zipper community. And as we open up inside, you can see I do have the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED, and that guy's gonna fit just fine inside. You guys can see that design. We actually compared the design. It's not the same design as you can see right there, but it is inspired, and I do like the way they designed it. I'm sure they couldn't copy the design exactly, simply because that design is going to be that would get them in trouble from Nintendo. But yeah, holding this case, as you can see, it's super duper slim. It's very low profile. On the inside, has a very nice velvety texture. I love that about my Satisfy series of cases. And yeah, this has the same exact texture right here as the Satisfy. It's actually a little bit nicer, if I may say so, than the Satisfy, because the Satisfy case, and I'll show you guys in a minute, that one kind of got dirty because it's a little bit, it's even more felty than this, and that's a bad thing because it's very fuzzy and felty. This is very flat and felty feeling, as you can see here. It's very flat and felty feeling, so that's a very good thing. It's super slippery, but that's not going to matter because once you close this guy up and zip it up, there is no give or play inside of it. The Switch is not going anywhere on the inside of this case. It does feature this game flap that has dual purpose. It protects the Switch's display as well as hopefully you can see there on camera. It does hold about, well, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It holds about 10 games right there as well. So you've got Switch carts, got 10 of them. You can take them on the go with you in this slim case. But yeah, you're gonna pick up this case because it's very high quality. It's a very durable. It's a hard shell case, and we'll compare it to a couple cases here in a second that are not hard cases. So it's gonna protect your Switch pretty good. I mean, you don't want to go driving over it with a car or stepping on it or anything like that, but it really is better than some of the other third-party options out there, and I mean that, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's got nice stick protection, as well as we open it up inside. We go to the top above the flap here, and you'll be able to see that there are some cutouts here for the analog sticks and the D-pad slash buttons. So it's gonna not put any pressure on those analog sticks. No stick drift gonna be caused by this case, and it just looks really nice. That's really the thing about this. It's called the Fancy Series. My guess is it's called the Fancy Series because it is fancy and it's beautiful. They're very nice design. These are the best looking cases that I've seen, and coming around the price range of under $30. I mean, it's not the cheapest thing on the market, but it's certainly not the most expensive, and we'll get to look at some of those most expensive ones here in just a second. This is under 30 bucks. I believe this is currently at $26 on Amazon. I'll put some links down below. And let's put this to the side for now and show you guys some of the other designs that they have here. They sent me 2 other colors. Here is the military green color. I don't know what you want to call it. It looks very much like an army green. It's a very nice color. This is actually my favorite besides the Tears of the Kingdom one, and you'll see why in a second. Sorry, my microphone keeps going up and down. But yeah, this is a very I love this design. This would be my go-to case if I was buying this case on my own and I didn't have the Zelda option. I'd be buying this one. This one is actually great. I love this color. It's grown on me since I've seen it at first. But yeah, it's all the same features. It's the same exact features. My microphone keeps rising. But yeah, it's all the same features and benefits of that Tears of the Kingdom version inside this other color. They're really just separate colors. And I'll bring in the other color here so we can kind of show you guys the 3 colors we have here. Let's put this guy to the side. Okay, here are the 3 colors that they sent me. We have this pink version over here. We have this military green color, and then we also have obviously the Tears of the Kingdom version case. They're all the same identical case. They all have the same exact features, YKK zippers, nice soft felt interior, 10 game cartridge slots, so you could put 10 cartridges inside this case, analog and button stick protection, as well as a 2-year warranty. Is that what the warranty is? 1 second. Yes, as well as a 2-year warranty on these cases. You have to register, and don't make the same mistake that I did. There's going to be a little green card. It does come with these little things here to demonstrate the Switch cartridges inside of the pockets here, but what it also comes with is a little tiny green rectangle that's going to feature some numbers, and that little green rectangle actually was incredibly important. What I did not realize is that green card was your warranty information, so you have to, actually it was your serial number to register for your warranty. So what you got to do is when you get this case, save all the little documents that come with it, including that little green rectangle, and go ahead and go to Tomtoc's website and make sure to register your products. That'll activate your 2-year warranty on all of your Tomtoc gear. So if anything happens to it under their guidelines, you're going to be covered. So yeah, when these cases come, do not throw that stuff away like I did. Don't make that same mistake that I did. Make sure to save that information and register your products so you have that warranty if you do need it. I don't know, what is your guys' favorite color of these 3? I mean, so far, I am really liking the Tears of the Kingdom version. This is actually my fiance's Switch. She's the one using the Nintendo Switch Tears of the Kingdom OLED. So I let her use this Tears of the Kingdom case right here. As far as what I use on a daily basis, it's actually none of these 3. And I'll tell you why in a minute. And that's a good segue to get to show you guys all the other cases I have for you here. So here's a good segue into a third-party case that is licensed by Nintendo. This is an Animal Crossing version, but you guys have seen these. If you go on the Walmart, Target, anything like that, you have seen these cases laying around. It is made by PowerA. It is officially licensed, and it's quite nice, I'm being honest. It has a very nice, very smooth outside texture, but does have a bit of grip, so I don't feel like I am going to drop it, although I could tell you right now, it is way less of a grip than this Tomtoc one. So this strap on the top of this third-party one is actually much better than this Tomtoc one. It's actually very slippery, which I don't like this band at all. I'd actually rather this band wasn't here at all than include this band. Not my favorite band on the Tomtoc. However, on this third-party PowerA we got going on here, it's actually quite nice. It's got a very rough texture over here. It doesn't feel as nice as Tomtoc, but it functions better because it's very rough, and so you don't feel like you're going to drop it there. But also, undoubtedly here, it includes this nice rubber piece, which I don't understand why the Tomtoc one doesn't have that. It's like the one thing to me that it's missing. But this rubber piece right here is incredibly important. It adds a bunch of grip, but also some stability and texture to the band to really make secure. I am not dropping this at all. Whereas this one, I can see a world where it slips out of my hand because it is literally very slippery and thin. But yeah, the Dodo one otherwise is an inferior case. I mean, you look on the inside, the quality is just not there. It's got this weird, like, I don't know, pattern. I mean, it's Dodo pattern, but it doesn't look very good to me. I don't like the way that looks. This flap is super flimsy and not very good in my opinion. It also flaps down, which is a big annoyance to me, and I'll explain to that why right here. So on the Tomtoc one, the flap flaps up. So when you open up your Switch for the first time, boop, the flap comes up and stays attached to the top, and that makes for an easy transfer. Take your Switch out, good to go. That's something you don't really think about until you have a case like this third-party one here by PowerA that's licensed by Nintendo. You open up your Switch, and boom, the flap is in the way, and that isn't always a big deal, but sometimes it's annoying to have to push it over. This one's not as bad as the other ones I'll get to in a moment, but it's just annoying to have to push that away to get your Switch out. I'd much rather the experience where I can put my Switch in, okay, time to take it out, and boom, the flap stays up so I can just kind of reach in here, take out my Switch, no issues. That's a very small niche thing that most people are not going to think about. But for me, if you're one of those people, that is a big deal. I love the fact that this flap stays up. But a couple more things about this Dodo case. It is flimsy. It is not a hard shell. It kind of mimics a hard shell, but look how easy I can just squish that. That is not going to be safe from any sort of squish. If it's in your backpack and it gets squished by your laptop, it is getting squished. Whereas this one is super rigid. There is absolutely no give in that same area. See, this is a structural point. This structural point doesn't have any structure. Whereas over here, the Tomtoc, it is completely solid. I cannot squeeze that. That does not put any damage on your Switch. You can still click your sticks, as I can feel right now, squeezing the sides. You can click your sticks. There is still some risk of damage because of how thin this case is. Naturally, there is going to be a bigger risk of damage, but it's not as big of a deal as some of these other cases that are offered by the third party. Much safer case, the Tomtoc, even if it's much thinner. As you can see, not that this one claims to be a slim case by any means. It does feature an extra feature up here, this zipper pouch, which is a nice addition. I do wish the Tomtoc features something like that, because even though it's slim, there's still room for some sort of zipper pouch. This one has it. Tomtoc does not have it, but honestly, I can forgive it from all the other features it does have. It's much safer. I'd rather keep this around than this Dodo case. All right, other third-party licensed stuff. I don't actually know what company makes this, but this is Zelda versus Zelda right here, baby. We have the original Zelda case. You guys have probably seen this if you're on the internet. This is the Breath of the Wild leather series case. I freaking love this one. If I'm being honest with you guys, I think this design is much more pleasing to the eye than this Tears of the Kingdom one by Tomtoc. That is not a knock on it. I'm just saying that's how much I love this version. It is beautiful. It has a nice texture. It's leather. It's gonna age nice. It's gonna give you that nice patina look, because it is, I think whether it's fake or real leather, I don't know. I just know that it's a nice texture. It feels great. The design is beautiful and subtle. The leather look is amazing, perfect for Breath of the Wild. But the attention to detail is just spectacular. Look at the Sheikah eye on the zipper. Not a YKK zipper, but let me tell you, it's still kind of nice. It doesn't feel as nice as the Tomtoc zipper, and on the inside, that's where this thing stinks. The inside of this guy stinks on the inside. This is why I don't use it on a daily basis. Open it up, and not only does it have the flap that stays down, but you can see there's like a damage there. I cut off. This is a 2-tiered flap. There's one flap, and then a second flap would come off. I cut that crap off. So I'm like, that is way too many flaps. I don't understand why there's so many flaps in there. The only reason I didn't cut this one off is for aesthetic reasons and somewhat protection. It's just, there's no, I'll just say this, guys. Besides the outside of this case looking absolutely spectacular, that's what the good things stop about this. The zipper gets stuck. I don't like the zipper. It's bad zipper. The inside of this is just atrocious. I'm sorry. It's designed so weird. It doesn't have switch cutouts. It's like this weird, like general cutout, as if it was supposed to be meant to be used with other things besides Switch. It does come with 2 game holder things right here, so you can hold 4 games on this side, 4 games on this side, but they pop out and you lose them, and that's exactly what I did. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna even give this the time of the day. Besides the outside, the outside is amazing looking. This is good for displaying, but it just stinks. It doesn't even have any real support. It's very similar to the Dodo case. Actually, it's probably identical in that regard, besides the fake leather on the outside. It's a nice case on the outside. The inside stinks. Throw it away. Keep it on for display purposes, but the Tomtoc kills that case in comparison. Okay, next up on the list, we're actually going to touch a somewhat unfair territory for this Tomtoc case, because this is branded as a slim case. And unfortunately, the next 2 cases are not slim cases, so naturally they're going to have many more features, and we'll get to those right now. All right, what I'm going to throw on my desk right now for you guys is something you probably already seen and even maybe have. This is the Skull & Co case. I don't know the exact name of it, but the Skull & Co case is actually going to feature a really thick design. So you're going to be able to stick a bunch of stuff in here. This is a phone that doesn't fit, but if you're fitting you could fit like a battery pack on the inside here. You can fit extra pair of Joy-Cons maybe at the bottom, and on the top of the case there's a nice non-zipper pouch. It's not a zipper pouch, but it is kind of cool to have some sort of pouch that holds stuff. I mean, right now we got some here's the Tears of the Kingdom Joy-Con straps. We also got a couple Amiibo cards up here. That's just an example of what you can hold in here. Maybe a USB-C cable, stuff like that. The outside's nothing to write home about. It has a very nice texture. It's very utilitarian. Right here, this rubber on this here, again, rubber's very nice. This is the nicest feeling rubber that we've seen yet on all the cases I've shown you. It's very utilitarian. It's not super thick while still being thick to carry a bunch of things, but as you can see, it's not even close. It's like 4 times thicker. While this is utilitarian and you can fit a lot of stuff inside and it's big and thick, I would actually argue that it's actually less safe than if you were to use this one. With the Skull & Co case here, it's designed to work with the Skull & Co grip, and I have it right here. We can show you guys. Let's, I'm not gonna put the switch in there now, but as you can see, this is how it's designed to be used, okay? It just kind of sits here, okay? Do you see that play? Do you see all that wiggle room in there? That's what your switch is gonna be doing when you throw this guy in here. That is not good. I don't like that. There's lots of wiggle room. It doesn't really have a way to stay put besides the weight and these two flaps that kind of keep it all shut. It doesn't really move that much inside here, but it definitely is moving. There is no doubt it's moving around. And another thing to knock on it is that its rigidity, it's actually not, it's actually open right now. Let's close it for fair reasons. It's actually not as rigid because of its naturally thicker state. It has less rigidity because it's thicker. So that's something to note. As you can see, I can squeeze this pretty easily. On all sides, even the corners. It gets less thick, it gets less firm as you own the case. So just keep that in mind. It gets a little bit softer over time. This is definitely not a bad case, okay? This actually is around the same price as this slim case, and at a value standpoint, this actually beats out the Tomtoc. I think there's more value to be had with this one. You could fit more stuff, travel more stuff inside of it, but everything else, the quality, the slimness, everything else, quality goes to this Tomtoc hands down. I like both very much. They're very different cases, like I said, so it's not a very fair comparison, but it is worthy to note that they're both good for the respective things, and you can't go wrong with either one. If you're going for a slim or a thick, these are the best of both worlds here. But there might be something better that we'll get to here right now. And here's the moment you've been waiting for, everybody. This is my daily driver. This is what I still use to this day. This is my daily driver. This is the Satisfy grip case. As you can see, this is a bundle case, comes with the Satisfy grip. It's around $60, $50. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. Depends on sales. So it's like more than twice the price of this guy. Okay, we'll just get that out of the way right now. This comes with things, but it's also more than twice the price. Okay, but we're gonna take this from a standpoint of daily driver material. Okay. So the outside texture of the Satisfy case is actually very smooth, yet has a texture. So I don't feel like I'm going to drop this. It's smooth to the touch, but if you're trying to hold this case down, it does have a texture after you're gripping it. Let's go back to the firm question. We just talked about that with the Skull & Co. You can kind of see after a while, this guy gives. It's more strong when you first get the case. However, over time, it does get more squishy. But we're not going to talk about the features that comes with the case, because that's not fair in this comparison. But we will talk about it, if it can hold stuff. And if you can see over here, man, oh man, I have a bunch of stuff. We got Bluetooth earbuds in here. We have 2 Switch Joy-Con straps. We have some little knickknacks from my other Nintendo accessories from other videos I've made. Again, here's more accessories. Here is, I thought I lost that. That's another accessory for the Skull & Co grip. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of crap you could fit in here. There's also storage on the bottom as well. And on the bottom, I have an entire battery pack that just sits right at the bottom. It's very nice. If I need battery, it's there. I got the cables on here right now, but it does feature this nice satin finish again. But as you can see, it holds a bunch more dirt and debris than any of these other cases, because I was saying the felt in here is very thick. So that causes dirt and debris to kind of stick inside. It is still a very, very nice case, but we're not here to really talk about that too much. We're here to compare it to the Tomtoc. And the Tomtoc, it's just overall quality-wise, it's just better than everything that I've shown you today. Even my daily driver, the way that the outside feels, the firmness that it has on all fronts and areas of the case, the felt on the inside of this case is just the nicest feeling felt. The switch does not go anywhere inside this case, and even better yet, I've been showing you guys this case without using the Skull & Co grip. And the Skull & Co grip, actually, it's not recommended by me or Skull & Co, or excuse me, or Tomtoc. However, the Skull & Co grip will fit, not very well, but will fit inside this Tomtoc. Now, do this at your own risk. You're risking damage to the Switch because of all the pressure that's added because of that. It's not designed to be used with anything. The fact that you can use it in a pinch is very nice. It's very nice to have that functionality. They built it in unintentionally, I'm sure, but it's just the best case available with a bunch of asterisks, because the best case for me or for you is gonna differ. The best case for me or you is going to differ because of the fact that we all have different needs for our Switch cases. Some of us want a thinner case. Some of us want a thicker case. All that aside, this Tomtoc case is the best all-around case you can get on the market, in my opinion. It's not going to feature every feature that you're going to need. This is why I use the big Satisfy one, because I like having all the features at my disposal at any given time. You can even see there's like dirt and stuff, like it looks like peanut butter or something. Yeah, I mean, that's how much I use this case. I bring it with me everywhere. My Switch lives in this case. If it's not in the dock, it's in a case. That's where I keep my Switches. I keep them nice, and they're either in the dock or they're in a case. That's where they live. So cases are very important to me, and the fact that this Tomtoc one is such high quality and so rigid is a worthy addition to my collection of cases. And I will be using this if I ever use my Switch without a case on, without a Skull & Co or anything like that. That's when I will use the Tomtoc case. But for now, while I'm a guy who loves my Satisfy grip and uses that exclusively when I'm not docked, yeah, I can't choose this case. I can recommend it if you don't use grips. But if you do use grips, it's a hard recommend for this. It's really not meant for you. It's meant for you guys who don't use grips. And if you don't use grips, this is the one to get. This case is the one to get without grips. But for those of you with grips, maybe stick with something that is thicker that can hold it. But I will say this, like I said a minute ago, if you only use the small grips of the Skull & Co, you're actually going to be just fine with the FancyCase. So that's up to you guys. But guys, hopefully this video wasn't too long. Thank you to Tomtoc for letting me check out all these cases and letting me review them on my channel. Really appreciate you guys. You did good work. Something I didn't mention is that this case comes with a couple accessories. It comes with these really cool decals you can put right onto the front here. And I'm not sure if they're iron-on or they're glue-on. Either the case, they look really nice. That's just a nice little thing. Nice touch by Tomtoc to include those in the package for no extra cost. Very nice. It really adds to that Tears of the Kingdom look and feel to the case, and I like that a lot. So thank you to Tomtoc once again for sending over the cases, and thank you guys for watching this video, liking and subscribing, checking out the podcast, and going in the description to check out all the links that we have down there, and joining the community and having a good time with everybody. That's the biggest run-on sentence I've ever said. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I dropped my hat.